The city of Toronto is hands down the most famous city in the province of Ontario. Major offices, banks, shopping malls, cafes and restaurants, museums, parks, nightclubs and pubs. You name it and you'll get it in Toronto. Some people even call it a replica of New York City. There is no dearth of work opportunities in Toronto, and maybe that is the reason why many new immigrants choose Toronto as their home. But the pandemic has changed it all. The latest data from Statistics Canada show that people are now moving from big cities like Toronto and Montreal to rural areas. What is causing this mass exodus? Why are people moving to smaller cities? Is the skyrocketing housing prices the reason for people to leave? Are there enough jobs in smaller cities? We will explore all these questions in this video. My name is Pragya Devan and you're watching VNN. According to Statistics Canada, population estimates more than 64,000 people left Toronto for other parts of Ontario from mid-2020 to mid-2021, and there are 6,600 more who are switching the province. Here's another statistics. Montreal, Canada's second largest city, lost nearly 40,000 residents to other areas of Quebec, up 60% on the year, with another 3,600 moving out of the province. What do these numbers tell us? That people are moving swiftly and bidding goodbye to big cities and its mostly unaffordable cost of living. But what are the factors that led to this mass exodus? Statistics Canada say that net international migration to Canada dropped by more than half from before the pandemic, making it the leading factor behind the slower growth of cities. Due to the pandemic, a sizable number of Canadians have fled larger cities due to multiple reasons like job loss, health crisis, and also because home affordability has worsened.
People are moving from the bigger cities to the smaller ones, outskirts, because few regions nowadays a lot of people are working from home, so they don't have any problem because they don't need to commute on a daily basis. That's the one reason. And the second thing it is because outside the prices are still low and their gap is not that much. Let's say if somebody is selling a house in Toronto area for 1.5 million, they can get a bigger and better house outskirts, maybe by adding another $200,000 to $300,000. But if they want to buy the similar type of property in Toronto, they may need to add $600,000 to $700,000 from their existing home. So that's the one reason. And secondly, because commuting is not a big problem, especially nowadays, they don't need to commute on a daily basis. Yeah. So they don't mind even living a little bit outside. So if somebody commuting once a week, some of them they commuting twice a week, so it's not that bad commuting before that.
The rise in the number of remote jobs is another reason because of which tens of thousands of Canadians flee large and expensive cities in search of more space and cheaper real estate in small centers, cottage towns and coastal regions. This in return has helped in a nationwide housing boom, with housing prices rising sharply in small towns than in urban centers. Nationwide, the typical home in Canada now costs $780,400, up 34% or by almost $200,000 since March 2020. Big cities like Toronto and Montreal bear the brunt of mass exodus, which further fuel worries that locals could be priced out and putting pressure on municipal services. But smaller cities like Halifax have fared well in this situation. If we look at numbers, Halifax added more than 6,000 people in the year up to June 30th, 2021, with the vast majority arriving out of province. Rural Quebec has boomed, adding more than 25,000 people from urban centers within the predominantly French-speaking province. The cities in the area around Toronto called the Golden Horseshoe are also seeing strong inflows. Oshawa added 8,000 people as residents flowed out of Toronto, and both Hamilton and St. Catharines gained nearly 5,000 people. There is clearly a shift from big cities to small towns. But will this change sustain or will it fade with restrictions easing out? We will let time decide.